Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is James, and in this video, let's talk about something that it's a question that's been bounced around, and I've talked to you guys about it here and there. And there's so many different theories and aspects of the theories and different ways that you guys think and I think. We all have our own theories about the Walking Dead universe. And this is the type of thing that over the course of several different kind of videos, we've talked about it in the comments, we've talked about it probably on Discord and different places, email. But I come across a post on Reddit recently and I thought, this kind of brings this back up and something I wanted to talk to you guys about, because a lot of you guys have this theory. I don't necessarily have the theory. I hope we get some of that revealed in The Ones Who Live. I do think in Daryl Dixon season 2, we will get a little more information on how the virus started, that whole thing, that post-credit scene at the end of World Beyond and stuff with this group of scientists and things like that. I think we'll learn more about that. But in The Ones Who Live, will we learn anything about the actual early days and origin of the Civic Republic and the CRM? Did the CRM form and then the Civic Republic around it? Or did the Civic Republic form as some type of community that said, hey, we need a military? There's a lot of questions there, and I think that was maybe a joint thing where there's a lot of people, but there was a little military faction as well, and they formed the military part and said, hey, we're going to kind of not have any oversight while you guys get the community part going and get a council, elect a council and do that kind of thing and get jobs and industry and get things going, man. And we'll help you, but we'll case the country and keep you safe, keep the city secret so you can do that. And we'll give you 10 years and then turn the military over to the council. But that's where the conflicts arise, as far as the conflict that we're seeing in World Beyond, why Omaha was destroyed, among other reasons, why we're at the 10-year mark and Major General Bill doesn't want to relinquish power. And that was the end of World Beyond. We're a few years past that now. So what's happening? What's happening now? Since the end of World Beyond, the destruction of the lab, the kidnapping of the scientist, or, they kind of left on their own will, but you know what I'm saying? What's happened in the next 2 or 3 years since, World Beyond? There's a lot of questions, but a lot of questions about Civic Republic. And here's the question: what are some of your favorite Walking Dead headcanons? And one of the most upvoted replies said this: the reason why everything fell so quickly was because of the Civic Republic. They were a contingency of the U.S. government planned in the event of a global disaster. Sounds a little bit like Padre was one part of that component. Maybe this was another component in a different place where some of the supplies should have went. But anyway, it says the Civic Republic took over after a week or so, and that's when they ordered all military personnel to abandon their posts and safe zones to protect Philadelphia. That's where the Civic Republic is, the secret city. They bombed all major cities then, Operation Cobalt and some other operations and things that were going on back in the early days. They're saying in this theory anyway that Civic Republic Civic Republic military, whatever it was, government and military combined, that were kind of calling the shots, per se. It says they bombed all major cities and let everyone outside the city fight amongst themselves so that Civic Republic could take over with little resistance when they were strong enough. So the thing that I want to say kind of makes this where it doesn't sound correct is just that it sounds like Civic Republic as a whole is bad. And I don't think that's true. I don't think most of the citizens are aware of what's really going on. I don't think most of the military, people in the military actually know really what's going on. And sometimes they just follow orders anyway because they know, hey, I don't want to lose being here in the military. They could kick me out and I could go be poor. It is hard to see without some type of government military assistance how Omaha maybe even formed and stayed something. We kind of saw a little bit how Campus Colony became a thing and was protected behind some walls. We don't know much about Portland. Was it also another contingency plan by the government, that kind of thing? But definitely you could say Philly could be that, and it could still be something like that, something very close to that. Did they cause the cities, make the call for the cities to be bombed? Were they in that much of charge early on? It almost has to be, people from the military and people from the government that got that going, that was in charge probably. And I could even see people doing it maliciously, like, not even, hey, this is something we might need to do. This is something we should do. Mwah, ha, ha, ha. Screw the rest of the country. Of course, they would have established themselves in Philly, probably went out to search around the country and maybe found Campus Colony and Omaha were striving but needed some help, so that they became part of the alliance. Maybe flew on to the coast and found Portland. Maybe Omaha knew about Portland because of a radio or, some type of way. But they just found the biggest communities. Commonwealth maybe hadn't built up to what it was yet, so they just kind of ignored it for the time being. Omaha was definitely something, they were thinking they could use, they could save. Maybe Portland, at least for the bright minds. Maybe Major General Bill kind of had it in mind all along. Okay, let's go into these communities, let's look for the smart people, and then we're probably going to have to destroy them because we just can't keep them up, and they can't keep themselves up. Or at least that's what his excuse was. There's a lot of possibilities and scenarios behind what this comment said, and the possibilities behind the early days of Civic Republic and CRM. There's a lot of possibilities, but will we get any of that information? I'm not sure. It would be great to learn that, like see the early days of Major General Bill, maybe Kublik, maybe, some of the players that we got from World Beyond a little bit in the early days. But it's a cool comment. It's a cool idea. It's something cool to think about. It's definitely something they could retcon or try to thread in and try to make so. Even if they come up with CRM and stuff like that, several seasons into The Walking Dead, but they could definitely, make it fit, I think, if they wanted to. What do you guys think about that? And the backstory for CRM, what do you see, or what have you been thinking? What's your theory maybe? Hey, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll join you there. This is James in Nashville. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more dead stuff.